Hi everyone, my name is Tatiana, Life and Glow Wellness, and I would like to give for you today a blitz session with metaphorical cards. So metaphorical cards, as you might already know, is a unique method in psychology and art therapy. It's also used in art coaching, psychological counseling. It can be used in social work, and the idea is that we take a deck of cards and pretty much it's pictures painted or photography, or sometimes it's graphics, but more often it's painted, and we can use those images to tap into subconscious and get some insights and answers to certain questions. There's a difference between oracle cards and tarot and metaphorical cards. It's a totally different method. It is not esoterics, because I, for example, practice esoterics as well and intuitive consulting, but I do not give those things in one session. This would be two different sessions if I offer it to the same client. So today I chose a deck which is called Resilio. It's probably flipped, the image usually it's flipped, but it's called Resilio. It's one of the O cards decks. I guess it's pronounced O cards in English, and I would like to draw now two cards, and I want each of you to focus on the question in your mind. For example, let's say I want to improve my skills in public speaking, and I took a course recently on that, improved a lot, and still there's room to grow. So for example, I choose for myself what is preventing me from improving in public speaking. And you can choose this question or your own question. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to choose it while I'm tossing the deck. Make it short and clear, very concise, and not a huge thing maybe, but something which is achievable. Okay, so and now I'm gonna draw one card, and this would be what actually prevents you from advancing in this area of life. The card might be flipped because often images flip, but it doesn't really matter for this technique, because pretty much we believe that any card will give an answer if you work properly with it. Okay. So I'll give you an example. For example, in my case, each person might see different things there. Some cards are more straightforward than others. Some really leave a room for various interpretations. And there's no goal here how to interpret the card. Everything you think is kind of right. And you might even think differently on different days, drawing the same card, either for the same question or different questions. So pretty much in my case, in my state right now, so I feel that basically I already have that ability, but what prevents me is that I'm holding on to this kite. Okay, so I need to launch this ability and this how to say, it's like a bird, you are sending it to the world, right? So I have to send my gifts to the world. So, and one of the gifts is public speaking. It can be developed anytime. So pretty much I already have in hands what I want to have, but I'm just holding on to it, right? So what I need is to let it go. That's how I read this card. Okay? You don't have to read it like this. You don't have to memorize other people's readings. So please speak from your heart to yourself, and everything you say is the right thing. Now I choose another card. There are 99 cards in this deck, so I'm tossing it and I'm choosing another card, and that card will be what can help you to do that. So where is your resource? So what can help you, what can help me to launch this guide, to not to hold it on, to not to worry what happened with it and things like that. Okay. Oh, interesting. Sometimes it's tricky, you know, depending on the deck. Some decks are like they have both images which are more strained and others are more nice. So let's say I did not expect in any case to have this card. Okay, so how I see this, I'll give you a couple of seconds to read yourself. I'm reminding you that that is what can help you to achieve what you want. So in my case, if you're curious to know, I see this card as that holding on to bad habits, right? Because like say I am prone to anxiety, and all my life I had to learn how to cope with anxiety, and it's not something you can deal once and forever. I have to do something to be less anxious, more relaxed, less restless, and things like that. So basically, when people get into that state, they want to smoke, right? And I need to stop smoking. I mean, literally speaking, right? So I have to give up that bad habit because there are other options. So I need to start to think positively about this and to let this kite fly and to not to hold on to it, whatever happens to it. It's like a message. You send a message to the universe. You can never control, and there's no need to control how people will read it, but your task is to just to create it and send it out there. Okay, so this is an example how you can work with metaphorical cards. One of the brief ways to work with it, you can do it like in a few minutes when you do it with a consultant and already give an insight. That's why I love this technique so much. And I'm repeating that I was using Resilio deck, which is one of the all cards decks. And thanks a lot for publishers for creating these wonderful decks. Yes, and I'll keep these tips for myself in mind, so, and keep practicing, honing my public speaking skills. Thank you very much, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think. Let me know, please, your insights that you have from these two cards. It would be really great to know how it affected you. Thank you.